Welcome to the She Sweet Society, your exclusive pass to authentic conversation. Today's episode is with someone really special to me, Julie Dinges. Julie is this incredibly talented website designer who helps businesses look amazing online, and she's also a published children's book author. What many of you don't know is that Julie was actually my neighbor for years, and we've become really good friends. I have had the privilege of seeing what an amazing mom and human being she is behind the scenes. Her creativity, kindness, and the way she balances it all is truly inspiring. I'm so excited for you to hear our conversation, get some laughs in there, and get to know Julie better. Let's dive right in. Well, first, you could start off a little bit with who you are and what you do for now.
Okay. My name is Julie, and I am the website development manager for Blink Advertising Agency, which means I oversee all of the website projects. I help design some. I can do some blog writing. Just kind of oversee from client initial sales calls through publishing a website and maybe doing some SEO, which is search engine optimization efforts during or after.
Nice.
And then also, I am a published children's book author.
Look at you. I was waiting for that one.
I know. Yeah. So the website pays the bills. The publishing or the authoring and going to visit schools is a passion. I always wanted to be a published author. It was a goal of mine from the day I graduated college that in 10 years I would be a published author. And I did not quite meet that goal, but at least within that time frame. But at least I did meet it. What's that?
You did it though. That's amazing.
I did it. Yeah. So the book is called The Search for the Scepter. It is based off of my two daughters, Audrey and Violet, and they're princesses in the story. And they go on this quest to find their father's stolen scepter. And they meet all these magical creatures along the way, which happen to be my favorite magical creatures because I am a true sci-fi geek. So that's kind of like my professional
summary, really.
Summary. Yeah.
Why was it a goal of yours to become an author? What inspired that? Like, where did that come from?
Okay, so we gotta start at the beginning, right? This might surprise you. I don't know if you know this.
I'm sure it will.
I thought that I was going to be an astronaut.
What?
Truly thought I wanted to be an astronaut. I told you I'm a sci-fi geek. I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. I wanted to go up in space. I wanted to meet aliens. I know, it's totally sci-fi. But obviously, be realistic and be an astronaut and go up and explore. Well, it turns out I'm terrible at science and math. So
no,
I thought that the best thing I could do was write about things that I was passionate about. But also in that journey, you take all of those tests that tell you what you're good at. And the tests kept telling me, English, you're good at English, be a writer, do something with writing. So my degree is in scientific and technical communication, which is a fancy word for English. And
it's a better word for English.
Yeah. I'm trained in writing instruction manuals, so getting information from subject matter experts, testing, and then doing QA on that, and then writing instructions so that a layperson can read them and understand them and know what's going on.
Yeah. No wonder you're so good at explaining everything.
I'm better at writing than actually but yeah, so that's kind of how it all started. I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I realized that was never going to happen. But then when you really find out where your strengths lie, you can follow that path and then integrate your creative wants or wishes into what you do.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, well, you're really good at it. It's a great book.
Thank you.
I didn't know that you wanted, I knew you loved Star Wars and Star Trek. And I know that we've talked, I feel like we talk a lot about just the stars in general. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
We've always, because our backyards were just that way. We're always staring up.
Yeah.
I just never pieced together that that was your passion too. That
Yeah.
is really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you abandoned it or you're not? You still get your fill, but you get your fill in a more artistic way.
No, I don't feel like I abandoned it. Um, I mean, obviously, I didn't write the book about space or anything like that, but it's still a fantasy science fiction book, which is still in that realm. Um, and I can fulfill myself by reading science fiction books or watching movies with the kids.
Yeah.
They become quite the Star Trek, Star Wars nerds too. So
That's so fun.
yeah,
I saw an article not that long ago where they were like trying to build the first outer space hotel. And I mean, let the scientists and astronauts figure out how to get us there, but then you could still go there.
right, right.
It's not that
Honestly,
far
I
off.
think I'd be a chicken now.
You
I think
think
I'd be.
so?
I think so. I'm like, I have too much going for me here. I don't know that I would.
Earth has become desirable for you. Who knew?
Yeah, a little bit. The older
Okay.
I get, the less risky.
Were you more risky when you were a kid?
Um, I guess when you're a kid, you don't really think about consequences to your actions. So I remember, maybe speeding in the car or not thinking, rides are obviously safe, but not having another thought about it, just doing a ride. And now I still love rides. I still do them, but I'm like, what happens if?
Yeah.
So now it's just more of the having the foresight, knowing that there's a lot to lose.
Yeah. I guess that's what it would be, isn't it? It's more it's not necessarily it could be a realistic outcome.
Yeah,
Which when you're a kid, that's just not a thought at all.
right.
Sometimes I wish we didn't have that as a thought though,
Yeah,
because causes a lot of us to stop and like not move forward in something
that's
because
true.
we're worried about what people might think or if there's actually danger. Keeps us
Yeah,
kind of secluded, I guess.
yeah, that's
Huh.
true. I never thought about it like that. I guess as long as you don't let it debilitate you,
Yeah,
because you
but I
still
think that's
live.
causing the anxiety that we all have.
True. Yeah.
And the world's just a weird place right now. It just keeps
Yeah.
getting weirder. I don't know when it's going to, I don't even know how to have normal conversations with people anymore. Not that I ever really did, but to sit down and talk with anybody about anything coherent, I just can't do it anymore. When you're seeing all the stuff you're seeing happen, it's just
Yeah.
very what you and I have talked a lot about the world we're going to leave our kids, like what we're
Yeah.
raising them into. What's your take on that? Like, how do you manage pretending like everything's okay and like going into work, but then like being there for your kids and like not losing it?
Oh, that's a hard one. Because,
I'm
I
hoping you have
mean,
a secret because I don't. I just tell them all the time, like, guys, the place is horrible. This is where we're at.
yeah, I definitely have my fears. Every day they go to school.
I know. Oh my God.
To
Let's talk
school,
about
I
that
have
for just a second.
fears. Yeah,
Right?
like it's crazy the world. I mean, obviously we grew up with crazy stuff too, but I don't ever remember being afraid or having all this stuff in my face all of the time.
Yeah.
So
Our
yeah,
biggest fear
I'm
was what was
terrified.
it? Not sinkholes, but what is that? Sand, like when you get trapped in like the sand. What's it called? You know
A
what I mean?
quicksand?
Quicksand, yeah. That was
Yeah,
like a big how much did we prepare for quicksand? And I've
yeah,
never crossed quicksand. That's what the type of difference, right? We were worried about things like that, tornado drills, not
yeah,
not active shooters.
right. Yeah. I mean, it just is heartbreaking. And I'll be the first to admit it, a helicopter parent. But also like I do give them freedom and I feel like we have a good relationship. They tell me everything and hopefully that doesn't change. But every time I'm like, no, you can do this on your own. I'm going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I swear something bad happens. And I'm like, see, this is why I do this. So, yeah, I don't know. It's terrifying. Um, I do pray about it. Like, I say, like, I hope nothing happens. I hope that they don't see any evil that is traumatizing, because you
Yeah.
just never know how that can impact you.
Yeah.
Even just, I mean, obviously to experience it or to be one of the victims of violence, but to be a witness, you
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
we can't shield them from all of that stuff.
Nope. No, we can't. And apparently it's a lot easier to ban TikTok than it is to protect our kids. So
Yeah.
that'll be that's where I'm leaving that one. Like, that apparently came first. So yeah, I read somewhere that it's much harder to be a parent right now than it has been in at least the last couple generations, because of social media, because of gun violence, bullying, all of it. And then us having to learn all of the tools alongside them, and then also have to be cloaked with the whole we have to keep them safe too on top of it all.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody out there that can't work. Like, everybody has to earn a dual income, or
Yeah.
income's got to come. Like, there's no
Yeah.
single parent households really anymore. Everybody's working.
Yeah.
To balance it all is just, in my opinion, overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I find that our dinners that we all get together with, and the communities that we make with our friends and with our mom groups, and even outside of that, I think that helps us sort of normalize this all and find a safe
Right.
place. I feel like we create our safe places, and you are a master at that. Like,
You
I
think
can
so?
credit a lot of people with this, but I can't ever take that away from you. I credit you a lot for being able to create that sense of community just about everywhere. You were the first neighbor I met when we moved in there. You were the strongest relationship I had when I moved in there, and when I got divorced and moved out, you continued. You didn't let me crawl into a hole.
I was going to say, I didn't give you a choice, did I? I was like, we are
no,
going to be friends, whether you like it or not.
but I appreciate that,
Yeah.
because it can be a very lonely, scary place all on its own. And you are really good at creating that community for everyone. How do you do that? Like, how do you find that for you? Do you find that same support? Like, is it in that same process that you find that same support?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been kind of a social butterfly, so I get my energy from being around other people. But the older I get, the more I realize how nice it is to be alone too. And so I feel like I'm trying to find that balance. And it's weird. Um, when I had Audrey, I wanted a lot of mom friends. And then when I had Violet, I'm like, I have enough mom friends. I'm tapped out on mom friends. Now that doesn't mean I didn't make more. I did, but I feel like I do have certain groups, like our dinner group and our friendship there, that I can just be myself, throw it all out there, and you guys will not judge me. Obviously, we've given advice to each other on a whole slew of things,
Yeah, yeah.
and we've talked a lot. I mean, we've talked about life,
Yeah.
like real life. It's not surface level stuff. Um, there's some things I'm sure I can't think of right now, but like we don't agree on everything, but we still respect each other. Um, and we can talk about anything from politics to religion to kids to relationships to
Yeah.
jobs. Like we've talked about it all.
We've talked about it all. I remember because our kids are so close in age, when we were like, did you have the talk? How did you have the talk? And I was
Yeah.
like, how am I going to have this talk with my son? And
Yep.
how did you do it? And just, I've learned a lot. And then it helps to have Lauren there too, because she's
Mhm.
got them just slightly older. So we're like, what did you do? But she didn't do what we did. And it was
Yeah.
helpful to bounce ideas off of all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked
Definitely.
about a lot, but one of my favorite things has always been just the random circumstances I have so many favorites, but the random circumstances that happen always to you, like when we were talking outside and the goose
Oh
flew
my
over
god.
randomly. We're under your pergola, and it somehow perfectly shot right down. Right on
Oh
your-
yeah. Poop all over me, all over Fia. And I'll never forget, like I sat there for several seconds looking
You did.
around. You took a picture of me and like marked it up with emojis
It
and
was
things
so
like that.
funny and horrible
Yes.
all at the same time.
I think I hold the record for getting pooped on the most by birds. I think I'm up to 5.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
really? That many times?
I think so.
That's supposed to be good luck in a lot of other cultures, though.
I guess now when I walk outside, if I have a hooded coat or a hooded shirt and I hear geese, I put it over my head and I find a tree. Fia, my dog, she
Yeah.
gets nervous. Um,
Nobody wants
she
that
has
kind
to
of a
do it
bath.
too. No, it was
Uh,
awful.
my other favorite moment of yours, it's not like a happy one, but it's one I joke about a lot with Vera, was when I was coming home from work. So I used to work at Nationwide. I was driving home and I get a call from you and you're like, I think it was a call. It might have been a text, but I get a call. I thought it was a call. And you were like, Vera is walking awfully close to the pond and it's winter time. I mean, clearly it's winter time and there's ice and she's with Claire. Do you want me to go say something? I'm like, I lost my ever loving mind. I'm like, please,
Yeah,
yes, go get her. Which then proceeded to me calling her watch and she answering it with Patrick in the background and me screaming at her. Like, I can't believe you are by the pond. And she was trying to play
yeah,
and lie to her dad.
yeah,
It's all because of your phone call could have ultimately saved her life. And
yeah,
she doesn't get that concept that we were talking about earlier about you don't understand the consequences. You think you have
right.
full understanding of all the dangers that are around you, but your life can
Yeah,
get taken like that in an instant. And
yeah,
you and I have been met with that all too close. You were
yeah,
also the neighbor that was right there when I lost my mom, and a huge support for me through all of that. And then, of course, like I said, through the divorce, which was actually easier than losing my mom. So
yeah.
it was you. Yeah, we've been through some real time. So I appreciate you call it helicopter parent. I call it parenting
Well, thank you. I'll just
because I
call it
do the
that now
same.
too.
I do the same with my kids. It's
Yeah,
we're trying to keep them safe, but also keep them cultured. That's, I
yeah,
think, the hard part. Do you have those
yeah.
conversations with them? I know we took a turn.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to talk about like how you manage your day and everything, but
Oh no, this is totally fine too. However
yeah,
you want the direction to go, I'm good with. Um, I need to
you're
pay
such a good
you
parent.
compliments too.
Huh?
You are an awesome parent too. I mean, God, you're a rock star, Dahlia. You are doing all of this on your own, and you just asked me the question, like, do I talk to my kids? Like, yeah, I talk to them just like how you talk to your kids. We don't talk at our kids, we talk
With them.
with our kids.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think that's
great
why they
point.
have respect for us. Yeah. I think like just being honest with them and not sugarcoating things and not hiding things and um the girls ask me pretty serious questions and I answer with the appropriate response always, whether it's about something that happened with violence at school or some question about sex. Like I answer realistically, or even political questions. Like we have an open and honest communication, which I know you do too. So it's
Yeah.
nice to see that parents do that and not try to hide things or sugarcoat.
Do you think though that the way that you talk with your kids and the way I talk with my kids is the norm? Or do you think that that's still a bit on the different side?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of my friends have similar relationships. And I know that there's kids out there that maybe don't have the best home life, obviously. You know, there's lots of that. But like I do feel like things are different than when we grew up. Whereas like my mom talked to me a lot, but not as much as I talk to my kids. And just providing that circle of trust in our
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
And I noticed that with a lot of my friends' kids too. Like they're good kids.
Yeah.
I hope that that's how it stays, but um it just seems like we're raising good kids.
Yeah.
So I
That'll grow
don't
to
know
be
if
good
it's the
humans.
norm though. Do you
I
think
don't
that's the
know.
norm?
No, I think when I lived, like when we all lived in that same neighborhood, I felt like that. And then when and because you guys in a lot of my ways were my mom friends, I didn't
Yeah.
really make a lot of extra mom friends outside. They were just like work people. But when
Yeah.
I go and I see people for now, I'm in soccer, right? Where I'm chronically on a soccer. So I see how they and all those people talk with their kids. And I don't know if it's that or dance moms, but it feels all the same, where
Yeah.
they're all living through their kids. And so they're not talking to their kids the same way. So I'm seeing, and I even see it at school sometimes with like the academically gifted people or on the other end. Like it doesn't matter. They're always trying to talk at their kids like they're supposed to live up to something that we didn't
Mm,
maybe achieve. We're not that way. I
yeah.
guess my reality's skewed a bit now where I'm seeing that, oh no, there, that pattern is still repeating. We're actually still in the minority.
Mm,
I see it more with Ethan and his friends because um, he is very emotionally aware because of how much we talk.
yeah.
And we talk a lot about emotions and how to
Yeah.
handle emotions and big
Right.
ones.
Right.
Uh, his friends are not that way. Like his friends now, it's hard for him to find because they're just not that way. They want to be rough and they don't
Yeah.
want to, God forbid, you be a boy and you cry.
Yeah.
It's very weird. I'm not trying to insinuate that he walks around and just cries at people. I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
like,
No, I get.
showing feelings is still not really accepted. And they say it
Yeah.
is. Media says it is, but I'm not seeing the same actually play out in that generation in terms of being the majority. And it scares me because I thought we were all supposed to be doing better and racing better. And
Yeah.
we are.
I agree with you. But obviously we hang out with people who are like-minded, right?
Right.
And have similar goals or ambitions. If there's one thing that I've realized just yesterday, with everything that's been going on with the school, if you saw it in the news, um,
Didn't.
someone posted about like there's been so many posts, and I'm overwhelmed with just how mean people are. But
Whoa, what happened?
um, just the Hilliard people in the know and all of those like people in the know, moms in the know,
Yeah.
whatever. They've just been bashing the schools, bashing the community, saying that bullying is an issue. And there was one person that posted like how it starts at home and it starts with the parents. And with the amount of bullying that's going on between the adults on these social
Wow.
media platforms, is any indicator as to why these children are behaving that way?
Wow.
I was like,
Oh,
oh my
wow.
gosh, yes. Like,
Yeah.
duh, that's why they're behaving that way because they are not seeing a good role model at home.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
just,
What a light bulb moment.
I know it was crazy. Um, yeah, it's interesting. I'm hopeful that, you know, most parents are open and honest and having good communication with their kids, but like you said, it's probably not the reality for the majority.
I don't think it is. I wish it would be, but I don't think it is. But I don't mean to sound hopeless. I think that there are more of us out there than there were when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Meaning like we're doing that. We're enacting that same type of parenting, and there's more of us now. So maybe in a few generations, if if the world's still around and we haven't nuked
Yeah.
ourselves a million times over, that maybe like
Uh-huh. Or the super
that'll
volcano hasn't erupted in Yellowstone.
yeah. I still haven't watched that show. I need to watch that show. I've heard good things about it.
That show's good. But there really is a super volcano underneath the ground, and
There is, yeah.
yeah,
That's look at you, your science. You said
I
you don't
know.
take math and science, but you are. You are. What did what do you want to do now that you've published your book?
Um, well, with the book, I'm able to go into classes, which is really fun, and do presentations, and I cater that to the grade that I'm seeing. I love hearing the kids' questions. Um, I want to continue that. Continue going to book festivals.
Will you write
Continue.
another book?
That is actually, it's one of my goals this year, is to write more personally. Um, and yes, I will. I just don't know when,
Hasn't hit
because
you yet.
life is crazy right now.
Yeah.
My kids are involved, and they have activities, and work is extremely busy with our merger, and figuring out policies and procedures, and while maintaining clients and things like that. So just figuring out how to manage life and then fit that in. So it is a goal of mine, but I don't have a time frame on it.
Probably good not to. It's
Yeah.
it's creative. I feel like things that are creative, you have to be in that,
Inspired.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
inspired and in that zone. And I feel like when it hits you, it hits you.
Oh,
It's kind
yeah.
of like when I decided to start this podcast. When it hit me, it
Yeah.
hit me. And I'm like, oh, duh, I need to have a podcast where I talk to the women in my life so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
everybody can hear their stories. All right. Then in essence of time, because I don't want to keep you too long over, um, we'll end it with what is a piece of advice that you can give to anybody that might be listening, which would be like us. Give me advice, Julie. Like, what advice would you give to somebody that would tune in
Okay.
that might help them in whatever time that they're in their life?
Um, I didn't know you were going to ask me this, but what immediately came to my mind was something that somebody said to me when my kids were really young, because I always said yes to everything. Can you do this? Yes. Can you volunteer for this? Yes. Can you help me with this? Yes. That's a really easy way to get burnt out. And when you say yes to that, you're saying no to something else.
Ooh,
So,
that's a good one. That I
yeah.
just got chills.
Yeah.
That's
And I
good.
never thought about it like that. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
saying yes to you. You're not my family. And so I have to say no to something with my family or my kids or an activity, so that really hit home to me. And I am able to say no like that now. And
Wow.
I don't always give a reason either. I always felt like I
You
had to
shouldn't.
justify myself.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll just say, no, I can't. Sorry. And I don't give a reason,
I love that.
because I don't have to justify myself. I'm busy. We're all busy. And there are other people that can be asked. So,
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That was a great piece of advice. That was a great way to end this episode.
yay.
You've been listening to the She Sweet Society. Thank you for joining us today and hearing all the fun stuff and not fun stuff, but serious talk with Julie and myself. It's been such a pleasure, and we look forward to having you on for next episode. Please remember to tune in and don't forget, you are powerful.